Hi everyone, welcome back to Coloring with Haley. It's definitely been a while since I've gotten to do a video, and I've been super busy, especially in April. That was probably my busiest month. And I'm sure you guys are wondering where I've been. But first, let me tell you that we're doing something a little bit different here today. I've seen a few channels do some of these sped up videos. For example, Misty did one, and Michelle from Kits and Caboodles also did one recently. And I've been wanting to do these sped up videos since I've had my new camera because it had the feature on it and my old camera didn't. But I just didn't have the time, and since everyone else is doing them, I'm gonna hop on the bandwagon too. And I actually think they might be a little bit of a better format because they're not so long. I know everyone doesn't have the time to watch an hour-long video, or I think one of my videos was even an hour and a half. That's pretty long, especially if you don't have enough free time in your day to watch them, and they take me a while to film. When I try to go slow for some reason when I'm talking and coloring. I think it's because I can't concentrate so much when I'm doing both. But when I do these sped up videos, I can kind of just be quiet and concentrate on what I'm coloring and get it done kind of in a timely manner. I think this picture may have taken me about 45 minutes to do. So we may see some sped up videos. I'll probably do some regular color and chats here and there as well, some of the longer ones. But when I do the sped up videos, I think I can post more of them more often just because they don't take as much time out of my day, and because since they're shorter I have less to talk about. I kind of have a little bit more of a time limit, so I'll have more to tell you in every video. So where have I been? I have been busy with college, really busy with college, and I still have a final to do, and I have to do it the day that this video is going to go up. But okay, I don't have to do it. I would pass the class without doing the final, but I just kind of would like to have a nicer grade in the class, so I'm going to do the final. And then I'm done for the summer. And I go back sometime in late August, and it'll be my senior year. So just 2 more semesters, and then I'm done with college. Yay! I have some news from college. So the college kind of pushed me to take a major, and they didn't really give me that many options at first. I think they gave me math, business, accounting, and then psychology. Well, out of all those, I picked psychology, right? I mean, I know some people like accounting and business, but it's definitely not my thing. Definitely wasn't going to do the math one. The reason they wanted me to do that was they said I couldn't take all of my biology courses at once. I don't really understand why. I've met the prerequisites for them, so why couldn't I take them all at once? I don't know. Probably so I can't graduate super early. Anyway, I did the psychology one. Filled everything out, got set up for next semester with a bunch of psychology classes, and then the more I thought about it, this literally kept me up at night. I was so anxious about it. I was like, no, psychology's not the right thing. It doesn't bother me, and I had a psychology class and I enjoyed it, but I don't know, it just didn't feel like the right thing for me. So I was up all night just thinking about this, and I had talked already to some biologists. Obviously I can't do field work because of my disability. I can't be out in the jungle looking for new animals and stuff. I mean, I get bit by one bug and I'm gone. You know what I mean? I have such a weak immune system. I would be gone. So can't be out in the field. Also, I'd probably fall and injure myself because I'm pretty prone to accidents, and that's not a good place to fall and injure yourself when you're thousands of miles away from a hospital. So I was talking to some biologists. What could I do, Even in a lab, my hands are very shaky, and so I feel like if I'm working with something in a lab, I'm going to spill it. And obviously that's a bad thing when you're working with chemicals, right? Or when you're working with a live animal, I would drop the animal and it would be gone. So I had to figure something out. And there are actually a lot of jobs that involve computer science in biology. So a lot of them said I need some kind of background in computer science, and I thought, well, that would be a really good thing to change my minor to. So now I'm a biology major and a computer science minor, and I'm sure that my very lovely advisor gets tired of seeing me in her office all the time, changing my classes, but I'm good now. I'm taking anatomy and microbiology and 2 programming classes. Net 1 and 2, I think. I'm not sure. I have no background in computer science, so we're going to see how this goes. It may be the worst decision I've ever made, but I feel pretty good about it now. I'm not so anxious. So that's what I've been doing, obviously, aside from my classes, is getting ready for next semester. And the cool news is those programming classes don't require a textbook. Yay! That saves me money. So, what else has happened this month? Kimchi, my short-tailed possum. You guys saw me posting on Instagram about him. And I'll answer this question, what is he? Kimchi is a short-tailed opossum. They are a small species of opossum from South America, and they do really well in captivity, both as pets and in a lab setting. We have used them to learn about DNA and our genes. We've used them to, like, take the DNA and sequence it so we can tell, oh, these genes cause cancer, and these people that have these genes can have early warnings for it. And we've also used them to study marsupials. Marsupials are animals that have a pouch, like the possums we have here in North America, and kangaroos. And because they do so well in captivity, we can learn a lot about marsupials from them. And I got him from a breeder that specifically breeds these and sugar gliders. Sugar gliders are another marsupial that is a very common pet. So if you're wondering what he is, that's what he is. He's pretty much just like the miniature version of the opossums we have here in North America. He eats the same kinds of things, lots of meat, fruits, vegetables. Does the same kind of things. He makes his little nests. He runs around all the time, likes to play with cat toys. I don't know if the wild possums do that, but he loves to play with cat toys. So I posted on Instagram that one side of his face was really swollen. I woke up that morning, and I always check on him. He's asleep by the time I wake up because he is nocturnal, so he's awake at night. And I noticed that he didn't look right. So I woke him up and made him get up, which he doesn't like that. But I was like, you gotta wake up. Something's wrong. And I noticed that his face was swollen, and I'm not sure what caused that. That night before, he was fine when I was awake feeding him and everything, because he wakes up at about 10 p.m. So I'm awake to feed him and change his water and hang out with him for a little bit. And so I called the vet immediately, and they were like, well, my exotic vet's like an hour away, and he's not there every day because it is a normal vet's office. They also see dogs and cats because that's where I take Finn. The exotic vet wasn't going to be in for a few days. So, I would have to wait. And I was really worried about him because I had no idea what was wrong with him. I was worried that he was like really injured or had an abscessed tooth or something. And as time went on, it became the day for the vet trip, and the swelling is pretty much gone. It had been going down gradually, and this whole time he had an appetite and acted normal. So I called the vet's office, and I asked if they wanted me to bring him in, because the swelling was gone, and it's always stressful for an animal to go to the vet. I didn't want to stress him out or anything. And I talked to the exotic vet, and he told me, if the swelling came back, definitely bring him in, but since it's gone, and he's still eating, then don't bring him in, and don't stress him out. So I ended up not taking him to the vet, so I don't know for sure what happened to him since we didn't go to the vet, because I'm sure they would have ran a lot of tests and x-rays and stuff, and like I said, we didn't want to stress him out. I have no clue. He's fine now. He was just running around and playing with Doug the other day with one of his little cat toys, having a good time. He ate shrimp for dinner just last night. So he's fine. I really don't know what happened to him. Thank you to everyone on Instagram for all the well wishes and prayers and everything. I guess it was some kind of, like, freak accident or something. I don't know. I mean, maybe he was eating something and bit the inside of his cheek the way people do. I really have no clue what happened to him. But he's fine now. He's good. So, yeah, that was weird. I really don't know what happened. I have never had that happen with an animal before, and then they're just fine a couple days later. No idea. You know what? I don't think I said the name of this book when I introduced the channel. This is Coco Wyo's Chibi Girls, which I do have a flip through of up, and I realized now that I should have said that earlier, but I forgot to. And I'm just using my Ohuhu markers in this book. Just something simple and easy. I wanted to do something simple and easy so I could catch you guys up on what's been happening with me and where I've been, because I know it's been a while. That was kind of my April. I worried about him for a couple days, did a bunch of work. Did all my finals. My hardest final was in the art class, because I had to put together a very, very big PowerPoint for the art class, and it was just kind of difficult to put everything together. But it was a fun class. I learned a lot about different artists and different art styles throughout history. I don't think it made me learn anything that I could apply to my coloring, but it was still enjoyable. Still a fun class, and I'm excited for next semester because I'm excited to just get things out of the way, you know? Kind of knock things out, get ready to graduate. I'm happy for that. How have you guys been? That's another question. I know that it seems like April was a busy month for everyone. It seems like when I watched all of the this is what I colored this month type videos, like everyone was like, oh, April was a busy month. I had this going on and this going on. Even when I wasn't doing college, I was gardening and taking care of the outside animals. So I planted probably 50 or 60 strawberry plants. My mom purchased a ton of them, and I didn't realize she had purchased that many. I used to have a strawberry garden with my grandpa when he was alive, and they would come back every year, but after he passed away, there was a period of time there where we kind of stopped gardening and stuff, and they died, so I had to buy new plants to replace them. And I didn't realize that Mom had bought so many, and you're supposed to place them about a foot apart. I just didn't have the room for all of them, so I ended up planting probably 30 or 40 actually in the ground, and the rest of them are in various pots and planters kind of scattered around. And I'm already getting red strawberries off the ones that are in the ground. I'm not joking when I say there's probably about 100 little green strawberries out there right now. So my strawberry garden has exploded, and actually the ones that were in the planters and pots have tiny, tiny strawberries on them. Probably not going to be ones that are, I guess you could eat them, but if you're making like a pie or something, they'd kind of be like a little too small for them. I just put them in something to put them in something because I felt bad letting the little plants die. So I just threw them in those planters. I didn't really expect them to produce at all, but they did. They did produce. They've been going crazy. So that's exciting. We planted some Brussels sprouts, which I thought were going to die. It didn't seem like they were going to take to the soil, but they have actually bounced back and look pretty good. I planted some green lettuce. I don't know what kind of lettuce. It was just advertised as green lettuce, which is probably a type of lettuce. The tomato plants look fine. The bell peppers maybe won't make it. I planted them, and then like in the middle of April here in Missouri, we had freezing weather. So I had to cover all the stuff I planted, and then uncover it the next morning, because if you keep it covered too long, it'll kill them too. And the bell peppers, I don't know, they didn't do good during it. Everything else did, obviously, because my strawberries are like producing so many strawberries that I'm going to be buried in them by summertime. But I think the bell peppers are gone, and I still have some cucumber and zucchini and squash I need to plant. I don't think my raspberry bushes made it through the frost. Otherwise, everything else is doing good. Oh, radishes. The radishes are really coming up, too, with little red radishes. As for the animals outside, that would be the donkeys and the ponies. Everyone's doing good. It's starting to get warm weather, so everyone is shedding, and I've been outside kind of every day brushing them. And they lose enough hair every time, I swear, to make a new animal. Speaking of shedding, the dog's now shedding too because it's getting nice and warm. And yes, he does shed a lot. You've seen the pictures I posted him on Instagram. He's a very hairy dog. So of course he sheds everywhere all the time. And there's hair everywhere during the shedding months. But he's very good about setting still for being brushed. And I used to have a vacuum cleaner that had a reverse on it so you could blow the hair off of him, but I don't anymore, and it doesn't really, I've tried to use the little vacuum brush on him from the vacuum cleaner, doesn't really take the hair off of him. He's fine with it. I guess he thinks it's like some kind of fancy massage, but it just doesn't do good enough taking the hair off of him, so I gotta take him outside every day and brush him, and I gotta go outside and brush the donkeys and the pony, and hopefully soon they'll be good, because I don't want them to overheat in the summer, And speaking of summer, I'll probably put some cantaloupe and watermelon in the garden. I did last year, and it got so hot. We had such an awful heat wave that most of my watermelons busted. They were too little to be picked. They weren't ready yet, but just big enough to kind of have some fruit in them, and they busted with the heat, which can happen sometimes. So that was really disappointing because that was like all of my watermelons. I probably had 6 or 7. And they all busted, so hopefully this year we'll actually get some watermelons off of them. Those are a good summertime treat for everyone. I eat them, the dog eats them, the donkeys and the pony eat them. I'm excited for the summer. I'm excited to have the summer off. Obviously, I have nothing to do. I don't like to do summer classes for college. Just don't like to do them. I think I've explained before that the summer courses are basically just a sped up course. So if you did like one summer course, it's a 16-week course, but you do it in 8 weeks. So you do it in half the time. So it means double the homework, and I don't want to do double the homework in summer, you know, it's summertime. I don't really have any plans for summer. We'll probably do something for Doug's birthday, because his birthday's in July. Go out somewhere, I don't know. I don't really have any plans, though. I did get both of my vaccines, so I'm good to go, and so did Doug. But, you know, it just depends on if places open back up. I would really like to go to the zoo this year. We usually go to the zoo every single year, but I didn't get to go last year because of obvious reasons. And I don't know if the zoo is open yet, honestly. I think maybe they're doing reservations. And I don't know. I'm bad with reservations because we live like 3 hours away. So I kind of have to plan ahead and be like, oh, it looks like it'll be nice this week. I'm going to reserve it for this week. And then what happens when we get there and it's raining? You know what I mean? So no summer plans really. Would love to go to the zoo if I could. You'll see me here all summer. I'll be coloring with you guys and posting a bunch of videos. Some like this, some regular long color chats. So I know that I did a few buddy colors while I was in college. And if you did a buddy color with me, you know that I told you I'm really busy, so it may take me a couple of days, even a week or so, to finish my buddy color. But I always did get them done. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. I can probably get it done the day you ask me to do it. Unless something completely random happens that, like, throws me off course, right? So if you want to do any buddy colors with me, I'm good. All summer long, you can message me on Instagram and ask me to color in any books. I'll happily color in any of the books with you. Don't worry about me being too busy or anything. I don't have any plans. This summer, it's for me to just relax because we didn't get a spring break. And I completely understand why we didn't get the spring break in college. I get it. I think it was a smart thing. But still, even if spring break's only a week, you don't realize how much you need that break until it's gone. It was a little rough working the whole 16 weeks with no break because, you know, the previous 16 weeks in fall, you always get off for Thanksgiving, right? They kind of never take the Thanksgiving break away from you. So it was a little hard not having a spring break. So I'm happy to have the summer to just do nothing. I'll probably go up to, there's a nice creek by my house that comes off a river that I live nearby, and it's nice, clean, crystal clear water. I like going up there, especially with the dog, since he does have very thick fur. He does get hot in the summer, and he loves to swim, so we take him up there and swim all the time. It's deep enough for him to swim in, not me, but you get what I mean. He can go swimming, and I like to catch frogs up there, of course. You guys know I love frogs. There's lots of frogs hanging around the water, because it's nice, clean water, you know, it's not polluted or anything. And there's little fish hanging out in it. I'd like to think that I'm fast enough to catch one with my net, but I'm not, of course. So those are kind of the only summer plans, is to hang out and do that, and hopefully color a bunch of pages to make up for me lacking with my 10 books to finish in 2021 video. I posted my update for that. Gosh, I can't talk. And I'm really far behind on that. I didn't realize how many of the books I said I'm going to color in, and I just put them back on my shelf, and I didn't touch them. So I have colored in some of them for this month, you know. Look forward to seeing some of those books back, finally. Hopefully I will get to other ones. As you can see, I'm obviously not coloring in one of them right now. I'm coloring in a new book I bought. I need to slow down on buying new books and color in the ones I have. I think we can probably all say that, right? Well, I really need to. And I've got some books that I need to unload. A lot of them are Coloring Heaven? Yeah, that's the name of the magazine. I no longer subscribe to them, and I do have a few issues that I just didn't really like. So if you're looking for a specific issue, let me know. There's a chance that I might have it. Some of them I just didn't like. Some of them that are more popular artists, a lot of them were finer lines, and I can't really color in them with markers, and so they didn't end up being my thing. So you can message me on Instagram, and if you have a certain one, I'll send it to you. I don't care. As long as you are going to color in it and not like try to sell it and make a bunch of money off of it, you can have it. I don't really care. Just message me. I know I've got the mermaids one. I know I have the Alice in Wonderland one. Oh, I don't know. There's a whole stack kind of like right behind me, but it's too far away for me to be able to see. And as you can see in the video right now, I'm doing a lot of my finishing touches with my Posca paint pens, and then I get out the Milky Pop gel pens. And I do a couple of finishing touches with those, like the rabbit's ears. I did want to leave the rabbit in this picture white, and I was afraid that if I went in with the alcohol markers, he would be pink, not white. I have a little bit more control with the gel pens. So that's why I chose to use the gel pens for his ears and his nose, although you can't really see the nose in this picture. Trust me, it is bright pink. And then I use the purple on her ribbon and on her shoes. I didn't make anything sparkly in this picture. That's different, isn't it? I usually put glitter on everything. And I know I'm saying a lot. That's a very bad habit that I have. They told me that in speech class. But I never got over it, really, so you'll have to bear with me on that. I'm very happy to be back in the habit, though, of filming videos for you guys. It was nice to be able to film this, and it's nice to be able to talk right now, because I haven't had anyone to talk to, really. Been so busy, just dog and my parents. That's about it. Haven't got to get out and see friends or anything. So if you have any tags, by the way, that you tagged me in, please let me know. I either saw it and forgot about it because I was busy, or didn't even see it. So just message me on Instagram. I'm sorry for not doing them. I was just so busy in April and I wasn't expecting to be that busy. Just let me know that you did. And this is the finished page. I'm trying to move it into the camera to show you a little bit. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this sped up video. Let me know what you think about it. If you liked it, if you didn't like it.